Hey guys, welcome to my channel Miss Recap. A Universal Dynamics cargo ship loses all-purpose raw zoom robots during a storm. The robots wash up on an island uninhabited by humans. Only one robot survives the crash and is accidentally activated by some otters. Rozum Unit 7134, later nicknamed Roz. She explores the island and attempts to advertise her services to the animals, but she does not understand their language. Roz then programs herself to learn the language of the animals, which takes a few days. All the animals are afraid of her and call her a monster. Even after spending several days translating the animals' language, she still cannot find anyone who needs her help. So she decided to signal her manufacturers to bring him back. But while sending the signal, she gets an electric shock and falls off the mountain. When she wakes up, she is surrounded by several raccoons, and they are removing her parts. After getting her parts back, she tries to send signal again, but a raccoon steals her transmitter and runs into a cave. She finds the transmitter, but gets chased by Thorn, a grizzly bear. She falls down a hill while running from bear and accidentally crushes a goose nest, due to which the mother goose dies and only one egg survives. Roz takes the egg with her and tries to study it, but a fox named Fink snatches it from her. Roz chases Fink and manages to get the egg back when Fink falls on a porcupine. Roz removes the thorns from Fink and then sees a small gosling emerge from the egg. Roz leaves Gosling alone, thinking she has completed her task, but Gosling follows Roz and breaks her transmitter when she tries to reactivate it. Pinktail, a mother opossum, tells Roz that she is now his mother because the gosling imprints on the first thing it sees. She gives Roz a new task of caring for the gosling and instructs her to feed him, teach him to swim, and make sure he can fly before the winter migration. Fink realizes he can profit from Roz, so he offers to help her raise the gosling, but he mostly gets free food from Roz. While teaching the gosling to eat, Fink advises Roz to build a shelter for the gosling to protect it from other animals. Roz builds a huge shelter for Fink and the gosling and names the gosling Brightbill. When Brightbill grows up, Roz and Fink begin teaching him how to swim, and while he is learning to swim, he meets the other geese on the island who mock him for his size and his relationship with the monster Roz. They also tell him the truth that Roz was responsible for his mother's death. Angered by the truth being kept from him, Brightbill refuses to acknowledge Roz as his mother. Roz returns to the crash site where she washed up, finding the broken and rusted remains of the other Rozum robots, and manages to get one back to life. Roz thinks motherhood is impossible, so she asks the robot for help. But when the robot checks on Roz, she discovers that Roz has overridden herself and gives Roz her transmitter to return to the factory. Roz agrees to leave, but after talking with Fink, she decides to help Brightbill learn to fly. They hire a falcon named Thunderbolt to teach Brightbill how to fly. Roz is observed by an older goose named Longneck, who leads the flock for the migration. He says it's impressive how Roz is teaching Brightbill and also notes that the young goose is more unique than the other goose, but warns her that they are leaving for migration in a week and Brightbill needs to work on his endurance. The migration day finally comes. Brightbill masters the migration flying and successfully joins the other geese in the sky, but Roz gets emotional when saying goodbye, so she runs up high to see Brightbill. Longneck sees this and flies them closer to Roz, so Roz can see him one last time. Saddened by Brightbill's absence and confused about her purpose, Roz reactivates her transmitter, but turns it off just after the signal reaches Universal Dynamics headquarters and returns to her shelter. During their migration, a storm forces the geese to take shelter inside the Universal Dynamics greenhouse, where they try to hide, but Brightbill is spotted by the other Rozum robots, who alert all the robots, causing the geese to run away in fear, and the robots attack them. Longneck sees that Brightbill is the only geese who is not afraid of the robots, so he orders Brightbill to lead the flock to safety. One of the robots is about to kill Brightbill, but Longneck sacrifices himself and saves Brightbill. Roz wakes up suddenly from the shutdown to find Fink hiding in their shelter to escape the cold. As the snowstorm and cold temperature have made it difficult for the other animals to survive, Roz heads out into the cold with Fink to bring all the animals back from the forest, rescuing as many as she can and bringing them to the shelter, even the bear thorn, which drains his battery. All the prey and predators are confined in one place and start fighting with each other. Before Roz goes into shutdown, Roz and Fink urge everyone to stop fighting until spring. When Thorn agrees to stop fighting, everyone else follows. Roz reawakens months later and finds the animals still living in peace, and the geese returning from their migration, and they consider Brightbill a hero. Fink happily welcomes Brightbill back home. Roz leaves after seeing Brightbill happy. When Brightbill goes home to find Roz, she has left. A Universal Dynamics dropship operated by a retrieval robot called Vantra arrives to retrieve Roz, as they want to recover the information she obtained during her stay on the island. Roz initially agrees, but after hearing from Fink that Brightbill is looking for her, she leaves the ship and flees. Vantra sends an army of Recco robots after Roz, and the animals come together to protect Roz and knock the robots down, breaking them apart. Vantra explodes the broken robots, causing a forest fire. She takes advantage of the situation and captures Roz. Brightbill attacks the dropship with the geese. Vantra tells Roz that her memories will be erased in order to reprogram her. Brightbill manages to get inside the ship, but he finds that Vantra has already cut off Roz's power and erased her memories. Brightbill comes next to her and calls her mother and says he loves her. Roz's systems are reactivated by her love for Brightbill, and she tells Brightbill that she loves him too. The two destroy Vantra and jump off the ship before it explodes. Roz puts Brightbill inside her body, and they fall into the forest. Meanwhile, the other animals go to the tallest tree in the forest, which the paddler had been trying to chew for centuries. To put out the fire, they drop the tree into the river, which causes the river water to flow into the forest. The fire is extinguished and all the animals celebrate victory. Despite being victorious, Roz tells them that she must return to Universal Dynamics for the animals' safety, as Ventra warned that they would keep coming back for Roz. Fink is saddened to think that she is losing her only friend. Then Pinktail, Thorn, and Paddler say that they are her friends. She promises the animals that her creators cannot take away her consciousness, and that she will find a way to return. Roz builds a new shelter for the animals, and then another ship comes to pick her up. In the winter, Fink continues to tell stories about Roz to the little animals. We then see that Roz is working in a greenhouse at Universal Dynamics headquarters, and it appears that she has been reprogrammed. Brightbill secretly visits Roz. Roz reveals that she still remembers Brightbill, and Brightbill hugs his mother. In a post-credit scene, Fink and Paddler are planting a tree. As they leave, a squirrel comes by and starts laughing, and Fink hits it by throwing a fruit. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notification so you can watch more videos like this.